At 133 pounds, we'll meet Bryce Shoemaker from Nebraska-Kearney, Adam Hedin from St. Cloud State. Nebraska-Kearney's already made a statement here early, knocking off the number 2 ranked wrestler in the country, as it was Josh Portillo beating Brett Velasquez on that somewhat questionable stalling call in sudden victory. Shoemaker, a transfer from Baker University, that is an NAIA school in Baldwin City, Kansas, won the NAIA national title for then-coach Pete DePole as a freshman. Transferred to Kearney, had a really good season last year, and actually hurt his knee pretty significantly in the regionals. Qualified for the national championships, but was unable to compete. Actually had surgery, talking to Mark Bauer about that prior to the duel. Had surgery between regionals and nationals, and they just couldn't get him back. So Shoemaker having a pretty good season. Ranked number 8 in the country. He is a senior. His opponent, Adam Hedin, a redshirt freshman out of Rosemount, Minnesota. Now, one thing you'll see with the makeup of the St. Cloud State team, a lot of Minnesota kids and a lot of Illinois kids. Matter of fact, the only kid not from Minnesota or Illinois in the lineup today for St. Cloud State was Velasquez, who's from Nebraska. Kind of all over the map, literally, for Nebraska-Kearney. Wrestlers from Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Alaska. So Dalton Jensen kind of borrowing former coach Mark Bauer's recruiting strategy. A couple of transfers also sprinkled in. We mentioned Portillo, of course, Shoemaker here. So scoreless here halfway through the first. Shoemaker, I remember him from the NAIA National Championships a couple years ago, and scrappy kid. Doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes. Tries to be a high percentage shooter. Doesn't just shoot. Still scoreless here, 30 seconds to go, period number 1. 3-0 team score lead for Nebraska-Kearney. Kearney 6-0 on the season, picked up wins. Kearney is 8-0, St. Cloud State is 6-0. Kearney picked up wins over number 5 seed Pitt Johnstown in the opening round, and then knocked off the number 4 seed McKendree 23-11. That first round was nuts here in Fort Wayne as the first period comes to a close with goose eggs on the board. The number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 4 seed, actually the number 2 and 3 seeds lost first round. The 5 seed lost, and then the 4 seed lost in the quarterfinals. And then down low, the 7 seed, it's been crazy. So currently wrestling in the bottom half of this bracket are 2 unseeded teams, Gannon and Seton Hill from the Super Region 1. And the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, the PSAC. Scoreless here as the period started neutral. And Shoemaker in on the leg, driving through, and he strikes first, looking cradle. He's got Hedin in trouble. We're getting a count. This could be big for the Lopers. Referee holding 2. Shoemaker still with that cradle on the edge. Now, did the scoreboard operator give him 2 already? It looks like they already gave him the 2. Referee was holding it, so it's just 4-0. You see 4 on the screen. Wasn't 6. 27 seconds of advantage time for Shoemaker. Now stacks it up. Is he going to get a count out of that? Referee says, nope, that was close. Now he's going to try to bar the arm with the half. Shoemaker out for blood here in the second period. Pinning combination to pinning combination. And we're not talking about KJ Pilcher's podcast either. Hedin out, faces, gets the one-point escape. Tries to go mixer, and not a good idea from that position. Gets caught and gets taken down, so Shoemaker's lead now 6-1. Shoemaker, deep half. Getting a count on the edge, gets a one count, one swipe. Now we'll look at the potential swipes. This thing has the potential to be, 10 to 12-1 at this point, but Hedin doing a good job of bellying out of these positions. Restart with 15 to go here in the second. Lopers coached by Dalton Jensen. Started his career at Iowa State. Ended up winning a 2012 national championship for Coach Mark Bauer. Joined the staff shortly thereafter, now in his second season as the head coach. Bauer still involved with the program. Brady Wilson looking over saying, all right, let's go down, man. 6-2 lead. Shoemaker with riding time as we start the third and final period. The forward roll through. Hedin trying to get up and out. Up to his feet, peels the wrist, turns faces, now 6-3. So Hedin looking to close things out. 2-on-1 tie to the far side. Shot in there by Shoemaker. Hedin trying to scoot and belly down. Now locked in the crotch. They'll try to extend Shoemaker here. He's got to clear his leg as Shoemaker's got it locked up. Now tries to create a funk roll situation. Looking for some neutral danger. The referee started counting, and that's when both wrestlers, actually when one wrestler is greater than 90 degrees on his back and there is no control, they will start a vertical swipe, and if that gets to 3, they will award 2. That is the neutral danger zone rule. That's new this year. Hedin comes out of that position with the takedown. Shoemaker's arm in a very uncomfortable position, like the backseat of a Volkswagen. Riding time. Counting down. So now under a minute. So 6-5, riding time's erased. Hedin going to try to do some work on top. 35 to go. He's trailing, going power half. Now going to try to cut Shoemaker free, 7-5. So quick sprint here. Half shot. Hedin tries to throw it by. Shoemaker shoots the legs, going to hang on, the old Kempsville stall. Now we got a fresh start, 13 to go. Every time I say Kempsville stall, Keith Lawrence just cringes in his chair. 10 to go. Now Shoemaker just going to back away. He's going to get hit here soon if he doesn't at least somewhat engage. There it is. There's a stall call, but too little too late. 7-5, Bryce Shoemaker. Going to give Nebraska-Kearney a 3-0 lead, so the Lopers have taken the first 2 bouts and lead here in Fort Wayne 6-0 as we head to 141.